Okay, YouTube, we are back. Making this beast of an ingrain cutting board. This thing measures about 17 and a half by 24 inches. Needless to say, I do not have a drum sander, will not fit through my planer, and no CNC machine. So, and I've run into a lot of people who says they just don't, they'll sand it and it'll be smooth and everything, and then 2 weeks later, it feels rough again. So there's a reason for that. And a lot of people, and it's sad to say, doesn't know how to sand, which I was one of them for about 2 years until I run across Stumpy Nub's video. And I thought, well, what else can I lose? Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to go ahead. Basically what he said is get your pencil out. You'll make some marks on there. Once all the marks are gone, you're starting to get it level and everything. Just mark it up real good. Now, for sanding all this to get it halfway smooth, and I don't know the model numbers, you can look it up there. But this little sander right here is a beast. And I use 60 grit on this to get it all smoothed down. And once it's all flat on both sides, then I run it through the table saw, get the edges cleaned up. And then I move over to what everybody, I believe, in the world has in their shop, is this little guy. And then we have to run it through the grits. 60 grit is for the big boy. 80 grit, we start with the orbital sander. Now, every time you sand, you don't go up more than 40 grits. A lot of people, myself included, went from 120 to 220, but we forgot about the 180. After the 180 grit, get you a spray bottle, spray it down, wet it somehow to raise that grain, and then after it dries, 220. Once you do that, it'll be smooth as butter. Now, for pine and everything, you don't have to go past 120. I really don't see a need for it, but on these hardwoods, especially cutting boards, you really, really need to run through all of the grits, not separating, and, just take your time, mark each time with pencil, except for between the 180 and the 220. I don't think that's necessary. And one more thing, when you screw up, it's never really a screw up. I'm making a cutting board. I think I posted the cutting board that failed in the last video. But we ended up making some business card holders. Just a little quick design, a couple little cuts. But we made a batch of them. So, don't think of it as a screw up. Think, what else can we do with it? And part of that cutting board, little mini screw up, or little mini boards. I mean, why not? Who knows? Somebody might want them. Usually when you go selling wood products, you never know what somebody else may want. Believe it or not, there's some things I threw in the trash, or was going to throw in the trash, that I was convinced, oh, that ain't going to sell. That's not my best work. So I advertise it as a screw up. Usually, they're first things to sell. So, don't think of it as, well, I screwed up. Let's go back and do it. See if any part of it's worth salvaging. Fix it. Like if this cutting board right here, if I screwed up on this, say the edges, I'd be like, well, can I just cut it down? So anyway, this was a quick video. I hope I explained everything. If you have any questions, please feel free. Follow me on Facebook, J316 Fine Woodworking on Facebook. And if you're a crafts person, you have a small business website, drop your link in there. I don't care if you sell on that page. Invite your friends and family to that page. Get a woodworking community, tips and tricks. There's going to be more experienced people than me. There's going to be a lot less experienced people than me, in the Facebook community. And it's a free open forum. So give us a look there, and like I said, if you have any questions, I'm happy to help wherever I can. That's all for now. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the future.